What up, fam? That in the background, if you can hear it, that is U2. They are playing right close to my house at the Rose Bowl, which is like right near where I live. So you can totally hear U2. But, so yeah, that's in the background. But I came to talk about something today, besides the South Park episode which Bono was in. But no, fam, I came to talk about something today, and this is something very serious to me. Juggalos disrespecting Juggalettes. And I see why it happens. Because, okay, so lyrics in like ICP's songs, Twisted songs, Boondock songs, all very sexual. All very, supporting sexual acts, calling women bitches, or maybe it might be more of a Tupac thing, but I'm not sure, or just a terminology to be vulgar. Like, I don't think that they're attempting to disrespect women. It's just they do that. They just kind of are vulgar. It's shock value type stuff. They're not trying to make anybody happy, if you know what I mean. But so yeah, like they have that sort of content, sexual, sometimes sickeningly sexual, content, that you have to be an idiot to take seriously. Because I actually think that it's making fun of the mainstream sexuality and kind of turning it around, like the sexuality in mainstream rap, and kind of turning it around and making fun of it, and kind of overdoing it just for laughs. That's what I think about it, turning it to be about fat girls rather than girls with perfect form. But yeah, all that sexuality. And I think a lot of juggalos interpret that as in all juggalettes are that way. That all of these juggalettes are just a bunch of little whores who want sex. Now, I'm not saying that you're a little whore if you want to have sex. Nothing wrong with it. I personally believe that sex should be done at the right moment, and you should be in a relationship. Like, it should be well thought out, and you should be in a relationship. Yeah, I personally have never done it. Not saying I wouldn't. Saying I never have. But, yeah. So, that's my feeling on it. But nothing is wrong with it if you don't agree with that. If you do it for fun, if you do it, a lot, whatever. People have their feelings on it, and some people just like to have it a lot, and nothing's wrong with that. But let's twist this around for a second. Some juggalos think they're entitled to it. That the juggalettes should have to. And that's disgusting. And also, don't get me wrong, I'm not for chivalry at all. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, but I personally don't believe in chivalry simply because it's based upon the idea of putting women on a pedestal, and kind of the men being the humble ones and women being on a pedestal, and basically almost saying that, almost kind of demeaning them in the sense of, well, open the door for you, like handing them everything. And I think women, and just as men, should have to work for everything they get. I believe that. But you see that happening. And personally, I think in a relationship, people should put each other on a pedestal. I know I put my girl on a pedestal. I guess you could say, like, in my own mind. Like, I can't help it. That's just the way I feel about it. And not so much chivalry as it is just care about each other type thing. But then, I see this, and this hits close to home, kind of. But I see, like, some juggalos out there disrespecting lets. Or, not even so much that, disrespecting their let. Or their girl, kind of saying, oh, well, it's fam first type thing. And it's like they don't take a relationship seriously. As in, oh, yeah, this is just my let. But when it comes down to it, it's fam first. Like, they'll turn on their let for the fam, but not understanding the closest family you can have is your girl, or if you're, or your guy or whatever. It doesn't matter who you are. The closest one you can have to you, for straight males, is your juggalette, or is just your girl. Doesn't matter if she's a juggalette or not. And I think it's hard for some guys to understand that. And that doesn't mean turn on your fam. It doesn't mean to become something you're not for them, because I think that's the worst thing you can do also. Become something you're not for them. I wouldn't change for any girl out there. If I love them to death, it doesn't matter. I wouldn't, because I'd be doing them a disservice. I would be doing myself a disservice. You understand me? But yeah, so I'm not saying to change for anybody. What I'm saying is, you can't just be like, oh, fam first, and not give a crap about your girl. Just forget about her. I mean, she would deserve better than that. The fact is, I hate to say it, but to a lot of the juggalettes I've talked to and met, to a lot of the girls, whether they're juggalettes, female juggalos, whatever, a lot of times they have this idea in their mind that juggalos are pigs, that, most juggalos are just jerks, that, and I've heard, and it gets sick to the point where chivalry seems like a better example when you see juggalos beating juggalettes, when you see abusive relationships between juggalos and juggalettes. It's absolutely sickening. It's okay. It's okay if we're gonna be freaks and weirdos, but these idiots taking it literally, and then they would beat on their girl. Have you ever listened to Halls of Illusions? If you're a juggalo and you've never listened to Hall of Illusion, it explains to you you can't be beating women. You can't. It's sick, disgusting. It's one thing to defend yourself. If some girl tries to attack me, yeah, I'll defend myself when I have to. But beating women is not okay, not at all. So if you claim juggalo and you're beating your girl, it doesn't matter who you are. If you're beating your girl, you're sick. And I don't want to see anybody rocking this that's gonna beat their girl. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to see anybody beating their girl, but anybody would do that has no right to wear the hatchet. No right. And I don't believe in fake juggalos, real juggalos, fake juggalettes, real juggalettes. I just believe there are certain things you can't do. Like, you can't be immoral, is what I'm saying. And it's like, what about the whole anti-bigotry thing? How about sexism? Isn't that a form of bigotry? Is it not? So, I don't know. If any of you juggalos out there are going to be disrespecting a let, if you're going to just treat lets as if all they are your little sex toys or some crap like that, you know what? You disgust me. And anybody out there who would do that, you disgust me. You're just a bunch of pigs. You really need to learn to have a little bit of respect. Remember when those acts used to mean something? Remember when they used to actually be between people in a relationship that loved each other? Did any of you remember that? I mean, if you don't want to do that, if you like it just for the feel, that's fine. But don't think you're entitled to it. Don't think that anybody has to do that. And don't be disrespecting the women like that. Because, Lord knows, any woman going to give themselves to you deserves nothing more than utmost respect. So if you're gonna go treating juggalettes like little whores or some crap, you know what? You should not be repping the hatchet. You should not be rocking that hatchet. Shoot, you're basically a hater if you do that, because that's what the haters say. The juggalettes are just a bunch of whores. And so stop being pigs. It's okay to be sexual. It's okay to be honest about sexuality. Just stop being pigs and expecting it. So that's all I gotta say about that. So all y'all real juggalos and juggalettes out there, whoop whoop, much clown love, peace out.